What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. We're going to be talking about specifically the power backs in Madden 21 and what you're going to want to do in Ultimate Team. Some of you guys that, watched the previous video, you were wondering like, yo, Gmi, all right, we're doing team building and you told us that we're going to have a certain system of how we're going to play the game. What do you mean about the power backs? What is the problem? What's going to be something that EA can do to make you use a power back finally again? Because we haven't used the power back since, I guess, Madden 17, when you were able to truck a dude and keep going for 6, like it's been very, very it's like it's non-existent to the way that the players can actually correspond to what we want them to do. Usually, if you go for a truck against Deion Sanders with Derrick Henry in Madden 20, Deion Sanders will knock his block off. That doesn't make any sense. So what happens is, if we're going to be building our team, like I told you, the big objective for Madden 21 is we have a lot more viewers, we have a lot more subs than we did at the beginning of Madden 19. So we have to continue to encourage the viewers to be able to get more wins, because that's what drives you guys. You want to know, like, yo, what are you doing? Because no matter what happens, there's so many people saying, yo, Gmia streak this, Gmia that, but we still winning. And the people that are out there using my schemes, they're still winning. So people want to know, okay, what are we doing here? What makes it so that we can be competitive and get these wins? Well, the biggest thing about it is a guy like Christian McCaffrey, he like that archetype, that elusiveness, the Dalvin Cooks and all that stuff. These cards may be more beneficial than, say, an Ezekiel Elliott or Derrick Henry. And it's going to vary based on certain factors, not only in regs, but in Ultimate Team. Okay, because look, remember, if you're going to play regs, what you can do, you can actually still use the Cowboys, because minus Travis Frederick, who retired, he has that immune disease. Hopefully he's well. Him and his family, nothing but blessings. The Dallas Cowboys offensive line still has a very suitable offensive line, which means you should be able to open up blocking lanes and do what you have to do. So this is what it's supposed to be, as far as the way that you're supposed to actually go forward with the game. You have to look, as far as the way the regs goes, how it corresponds to MUT. So you can actually look at the O-lineman. Eventually they'll do, the abilities for the O-lineman and all that stuff, and you'll be able to determine what works better for you. But if you guys remember, and I know a lot of you guys do vividly, especially the competitive players, Zeke Elliott was arm-barring everyone in the beginning of Madden 20, and everybody, well, not everybody, a lot of the dudes started crying, oh my God, I can't believe he's stiff-arming like he does in real life. I don't want to do this, EA. I want it to be more fake. So EA eventually patched it, and then it made it so that it affected Ultimate Team in the manner in which you couldn't even stiff-arm a guy more than once down the field, which doesn't make any sense if a player has the ability to do so. So I want to point out the fact that Wrecking Ball might be the move. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about, because like I told you guys, I was very disappointed with the fact that Nick Chubb got Wrecking Ball, because Wrecking Ball should be a superstar X Factor that Derrick Henry has, and probably only he does, because we've seen him actually do this stuff. So because of that, with the way that he plays in general, we've learned a couple things, and let me know if you guys agree with me. If you don't have a star or an ability, nothing else matters, right? You'll throw the ball, a guy will have minimal contact. If he doesn't have an ability, he'll drop the ball, no matter what his catch rating is, no matter what his route running is, no matter what all those other attributes is. If the players don't have abilities, they did not work well in Madden 20, which is not fair to the players that invest money into the game, right? So we had an issue with that. I've been very, very vocal about it. I don't understand. If Jerry Rice is a 99 and he doesn't have an ability, but he's pretty much there wide open for a ball and he has the ability to catch it, but a guy's going to have contact with him right after, why can't he hold on to that ball unless he has an ability? So the reason that I bring up the fact that, if these power backs can't truck and do stuff suitably, it's going to be another year of just elusive backs. Because Derrick Henry should have at least changed it to the point where we've seen that guy knock dudes off their block and go for 99-yard touchdowns. So, the power back can do stuff. And Nick Chubb, in my opinion, he's like a complete, he's a mixture of all of them, because he has super fast, he has blazing speed, he's strong, but he's 5'11". He's an undersized, I don't want to say undersized, because usually, guys haven't been as big as like Eric Dickerson and these guys at 6'3" for a while. Like, Jim Brown and these guys, they haven't really been those big guys. But this guy right here, he can actually do a lot of stuff, but I just think he has the wrong ability. Like, that should be what Derrick Henry, realistically has. So hear me out now. If we're going to be building our team at launch, and we're going to be putting together the best possible team in order to get those initial wins, to get those, those trophies and stuff like that, who are we going to go with? We're going to listen, if Nick Chubb in regs, right? See, I don't know what's going to happen as far as like who's going to be the best pick team in regs other than, the Buccaneers. I would if you're a competitive player and you're going to be playing, for thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it's a tournament that starts off with Madden 21, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers are going to be key. Obviously, they don't have a running back that's on this list, so that won't be, that won't be suitable for you. But the passing game is going to be absolutely ridiculous. So everybody's going to have abilities as far as that. Godwin and Evans are going to have abilities. Gronkowski's going to have abilities. So you'll be able to do whatever you want, and those players will catch the ball. But you'll probably lack a suitable running game unless, for whatever reason, the players are able to, respond and do things differently than what we saw in Madden 20. Okay, because put it like this, right? If you come out and you use, let's say you come out and you want to use the Cowboys, and Ezekiel Elliott is not able to do anything that he was doing in in Madden 20 because the freight train is just about breaking the tackle. So I don't know what his individual abilities are. I don't know if they're going to give him, arm bar. I don't know what they're going to do because a lot of people were very disappointed in what Zeke gave to the Cowboys, even though he was over 1,300 yards, all that blah, blah, blah. We want you to be exactly what you were when you first came in. People that watch football, we don't care. We're psychopaths. We want you to always be young like that. We always want you to be a rookie. We want, give it to us, Zeke. Like, let us know what you're about. He's breaking the first tackle attempt with this thing with Freight Train. I don't know exactly until they release everything officially what else that's going to entail. All right? But he's going to be a lot slower than the other elusive backs. He's not going to be able to move around suitably, so he's going to have to be able to break tackles and stiff arm and truck and stuff like that. I highly doubt, based on the beta, let's just talk about based on the closed beta, right? If we just go based on the closed beta, it didn't really matter. When I ran the ball with the Buccaneers, it didn't really seem as if there was that much of a change. And I'm talking about playing, online opponents head to head. It didn't seem like there was much of a change in the way that they addressed the run game and defense, right? So I was still able to score, using running plays and stuff like that. But I focused primarily on the passing game. Okay, this is where Christian McCaffrey comes into play. The issue is he's on the Panthers and Teddy Bridgewater is the quarterback. So that dude is, he's a check down king. It might work out that you give this guy the ball, throw it to him in the flat, let him activate ankle breaker, and just let him go crazy because, in my opinion, the way it describes it, it looks like it's sort of like grab and go, with the way that it works. So you're going to have those increased fake out chances and all that stuff following the catch. You just have to catch the ball. And then pretty much you can do whatever you want. Whatever kind of skill moves you're using, the hurdles, whatever it is, you're going to be able to get that. So I don't really know exactly how we're going to start with the running back position because it may appear to you guys right now in MUT that he might be the best guy to use. McCaffrey might be the best. I wouldn't be surprised if his power up at launch is going to be a nightmare. Like, you're going to be like, yo, we're going to take out a second mortgage to go ahead and afford his power up. Because it might be beneficial just because of what he gets activated. And that's just assuming that we use a running back with abilities. Remember, we've been talking Aaron Rodgers. A lot of you guys have been giving feedback. If we go the Aaron Rodgers route to have the faster release, because the passing game is what it is, how we're going to go as far as the wide receivers, who's going to get abilities, who's going to get X factors. I believe, based on the way that I've been finishing out Madden 20, running the ball is still always going to be essential. How you get away with it and how OP it is, that's going to depend on the run fits and all the additional things that EA Sports has implemented into the game. They've stated that they're going to be implementing a lot of new run fits, the way the guys get off the blocks. It's a lot of different things that they're going to be doing to help contain the run game. But that still means that your opponent has to do that, okay? The open field is where it matters. The new hesitation move, the dead leg, all this wild stuff that's going on. That's going to be influential into the way that you guys break off and do certain things. But again, it looks like it's going to be more about the ability than the attributes. And that's why I'm not certain, for those of you guys that are saying, yo, Gmia, should we go with a power back? Should we start the year off with Derrick Henry and just truck everybody? It sounds good, but it's probably not going to be the case. It's not going to be Madden 17. where you can actually get successful trucks where the guy is bigger than the other guy and you go for 6. I don't know. Maybe EA will hear this and say, you know what? We probably should give Derrick Henry, you know, wrecking ball. We probably should, because that's what he is. We probably should make the players that are power backs be able to truck people and still stay on their feet, because we see it in the league. We see dudes get trucked. We see dudes get stiff-armed multiple times down the field. Now, I'm not asking for it every single time, but it's just so repetitive to see everybody use the same exact cards. And that was something I thought they were trying to get away from going into Madden 20. But then it turned out to be the same thing. I would have loved to use Derrick Henry. I tried him out once. He couldn't truck a dead end. I can't get jiggy with that, dude. Like, if Deion Sanders is just a 99 tackling machine, I can't work with that. It has to be the attribute rating of the players versus the other players' attribute rating. And I think that that's what EA is hinting that they're going to be starting to focus on a little bit more as far as the abilities go. But remember, guys, this is an Ultimate Team channel. But a lot of the stuff that I'm basing off of what we're going to be doing in Ultimate Team is going to come from regs, because the cards directly correspond to what you see right here in regs. So for me, I'm going to tell you right now, for all of you Derrick Henry fans, you Titan fans, I can't tell you guys that that's what we're going to do. Because if the power back doesn't work, it doesn't matter. And remember, I'm not looking for him to just continuously truck dudes all the way down the field. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for him to be able to do something without an ability. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't have an X factor. Don't be superstar X factored up and be a superhero and be able to truck a dude and get an extra additional yards. Fall forward. You know, stiff arm a dude. I'm not asking him to spin move. I'm not asking him to do the dead leg. I'm asking him to just be Derrick Henry. If we don't get that, Ezekiel Elliott's going to be off the board. I very, very rarely saw any power backs in Madden 20. Other than Eric Dickerson, but he's like a hybrid. But you didn't really see guys coming out with Derrick Henry because of that. Everybody knew you don't get successful trucks. So what's the point of using the card? And that's what I'm gonna leave you guys with. Look, listen, guys, we're not just getting cards just because of what happens in real football. We have to focus on what they do in the game. And based on Madden 20, Ezekiel Elliott and Derrick Henry will not be at the top of the list. It is a high probability we may end up going with Nick Chubb in my pants. He might have suitable speed and might be able to do certain things that those other running backs won't be able to do at the start of the year. All right, and that's going to become a huge factor. So EA, hopefully they're able to take a look at it, see what's going on. Let me know what you guys think about that, because I think that it wasn't fair to the players that we had to rely on all elusive backs, because then there's no balance in the game. You know what I'm saying? There's no like, oh, all right, this guy comes out with a power back, he's about to truck me, I gotta have more guys back there or whatever. Because after they patched the game from regs with what Ezekiel Elliott was doing with the Cowboys, it affected the entire game. So then everybody's like, yo, look, we're gonna go with the guys that are elusive. We're gonna only get elusive backs because nothing else really matters. So we're gonna continue to monitor it. We're gonna see what else EA puts out when they start dropping the abilities. We see the Superstar X Factors. We'll start to put it together. And then ultimately, we're going to have a game plan going into the first day of Madden 21. And again, I kind of view, like right now, I think it looks like we're going to have another year of just elusive backs running wild. And we may have to end up, spending for the Christian McCaffrey power-up and having this guy out there running wild. Dalvin Cook, I don't really know, though. I got to check it out. He should have decent speed, but we got to see how they start his mud card off. But it looks like it's going to be another year of just the elusive back. Let me know what you're thinking about it. As we continue to go, they're going to release the defense and everything soon. We'll get into that, but I don't want it to be a year where it's just all about the elusive back. Show those power backs and those big guys some love. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You have an unbelievable day. Continue to be safe. One love, y'all.